and welcome to our show. You are watching Making Music. My name's Dan Ernie, and today we have a special guest and musician and collector, Dave Jeffrey. Dave, welcome to our show. It's
Dan,
good to
nice
have
to
you.
See you again.
Now, you have the distinction of having had one of the biggest bass collections probably in the United States, and I know just recently you sold a huge part of it to a big collector in Europe, and for over $500,000. Well, now you're on to Music Man.
Yes.
Now, you've been doing that for quite some time, and you, again, are in still possession of probably one of the most amazing Music Man collections, probably in all of California, if not the United States.
Right. I have 130 Ernie Ball Music Man basses. I think they are by far the best bass on the market. That's my own.
And I agree
feeling.
with you. I've been an absolute Music Man fan ever since I saw Louis Johnson playing one umpteen years ago. And he has these big old hands, and he's just flying on this thing. And with the three-band parametric EQ they have on those, it's just an amazing up, high, low, everything in between.
Totally. And they've done such a great job. Sterling Ball is a genius. He is so picky about the quality control. He doesn't let anything go out with, I was at the, going through open house. They had a beautiful neck that they would cut the headstock off because it had a little tiny knot in it. Sterling says, no, we don't let that stuff out, you know?
Now this company, for those who don't know, they're in San Luis Obispo.
Correct.
So this is a US-made, California-made bass.
Yes, just incredible.
So tell us a little bit about the Sterling Ball story there.
Well, Sterling, Sterling designed the Sterling Ball bass for him. Ernie Ball, they bought the company in '84.
Because Leo Fender had a part of this for a while.
Leo Fender started it off back in like the 70s. And I had a few of those in the 70s, probably about 25 of them. And they were just... As
I remember, they were very weighty. It's
very
like a lot
weighty.
of the stuff that I remember seeing that comes out of the 70s, they're just logs.
Right.
Absolutely.
They were just so heavy. They were like, I had some that were like 13 pounds.
Yeah, which is unheard of. I mean, even a Les Paul, for those of you who have played Les Pauls, Les Pauls are 8 to 9 pounds, and guys, wear out their backs with a 9-pound guitar. 13 pounds is absolutely unheard of.
Yeah, and they were a lot, and they really had not very stable necks. In fact, I remember talking to Leo Fender at the NAMM show in 1978, and asked him, these necks are just, they feel great, but a lot that I had problems with them, and. So basically what happened after Leo got out of it, I think Charvel Jackson, they made him for four years, from 80 to 84. Then Ernie Ball bought the company. And then I was on tour through here in California. I was living in Nashville at the time. And I came through and we went to a Guitar Center and I seen this white Music Man bass that looked brand new. And I go, that's weird. And here it was an Ernie Ball. And I goes, Ernie Ball making Music Man?
Yeah.
So I bought that one, and that was the beginning of just amazing stuff.
Well, we got a couple pieces that you brought along, and let's hold these up. If you can hold these up and show them.
This
is an amazing piece, just because it's such a gorgeous piece of quilted maple. Tell us a little bit about this one.
This one here was actually made for a very good bass player out of Nashville, Dave Fowler. They custom made these for Dave, and
What year was this?
This was '92.
Okay.
This was.
So this is already 16 years old now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
I hope that's 14 years old.
14, yeah, exactly. Yeah, close.
Yeah, right.
But what the deal was on this was Dave was a big fan of Eddie Van Halen, and Eddie was with Music Man then.
Right.
So he wanted kind of a takeoff of Eddie's guitars.
With the binding, right.
With the binding.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did the binding, as you can see. Very highly figured neck. And Dudley Gimbel, who's another genius at Ernie Ball, he's the guy that did the binding on these. And just amazing. Just like the quality control on these things are just, I probably buy 4 or 5 a month.
Now I noticed this one only has the 3 knobs. I know the volume, and it's a 2-band parametric instead of a 3-band.
Dave Fowler was real, his whole sound was that 2-band preamp, I like the 2 bands. So what, you just got high and low and no mids on this? Is Correct.
That what it is? Okay.
Correct. I like the 2 bands, and I was a 2-band guy forever, and then they come out with the 3-band, and now it's this, the cool thing with the 3-band is I go out on the road now. I fly out to Nashville. I don't care what the amp is because it don't really matter. It can be a crappy amp, and you plug the bass in, and and it's amazing.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now here's another one we have. Tell us about this one.
This one here is also a
great color.
Great color.
If you can see that on the screen, it's a red sparkle.
And very nice bass, matching headstock.
With a matching headstock. Now, what do they call this nut now? I see this. If you can get a picture of that, it's
a new compensated nut.
Okay.
And that's a Dudley Gimbal, Ernie Ball thing. They patent that together, I believe. And the cool thing with that is, at first, being a hardcore guy, I like the smaller nuts like this. But when it first came out, I was going, big old chunky nut. But I was in the studio about 3 weeks ago doing a demo for a friend, and I could not believe how much better it keeps your guitar in tune down here, which was, I was like, wow. So now I'm a big fan of those nuts.
Yeah.
They definitely work.
So it's also a tuning, there's a tuning advantage
they
to
did
that as well.
they did a great...
yeah. And tell us a little bit about this one now.
This is the 30th anniversary Stingray.
Okay, so this is the latest edition that they've just come out with recently.
2006.
I thought they were doing the 30ths in gold hardware.
No, that's limited editions.
Okay, that's a different run.
That's correct.
Okay.
This one here has a mahogany body and sounds really, really punchy. I was just like, I think I end up buying like 4 or 5 of those now. They're just like incredible.
Yeah, gorgeous piece of wood.
They just sound so good. That mahogany sounds so good.
And here's another one. This is a little wild now. Again, a champagne, like a champagne sparkle.
Yes, this is the... God bless her.
This is your glam rock guitar.
This is my favorite guitar.
Really?
It's next to the red sparkle. This one's probably my most favorite, but this is next in line. I just that's my ski boat, and I just love it. It's just
it's a great weight. It's very light.
Yes,
too.
very light.
Yeah.
Out of the 130 Music Mans that I have, most of them don't weigh over 9 pounds.
Yeah. This is amazing weight. For those who know basses, this thing has to be about 7 to 8 pounds.
Yeah, it's just right around 8. Yeah. It's